All right. Hey, everybody. Fantastic to be with you here in 2022. Wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. 2021 was like a blur. And to be honest, the first 3 weeks of 2022 have been a blur as well as we get back into IOEN and get back into what's going on here. We're in Australia. We're getting a lot of numbers here of Omicron. So we're not actually in the office at the moment, so you'll see some virtual backgrounds or non-virtual backgrounds for us this afternoon. But the key thing for us is we're just really excited to be here and to be able to catch up with you all, give you some updates about what's happening at IOEN, let you know what's going on in terms of the protocol, let you know what's going on in terms of where we're heading, what's coming out soon, what's coming out a bit further afield, and introduce some awesome new members as well that we've got in the team. So look, I guess for where I'm sitting here is like we're in this insane time that is seeing crypto and energy become more and more relevant every single day as we see kind of problems in the grid, as we see crypto taking on new directions and new turns. And, we're really excited about where this is positioning for IOEN in the kind of medium to long term. It's like, that's the kind of vision that we have for the future, is that these things aren't going to be solved overnight, but they are going to be solved. And because we have no choice, so we're going to solve them, which is fantastic because we've got to get to 2030 net zero. So what's really cool here about is we've seen over the last 2 months, I suppose, after the raise, is really getting into the product, really getting into the protocol, really working with our partners to make sure we can do this open sourcing and we can get it out to you guys as fast as possible. So we're really excited about that. Discord is going off. There's really awesome things happening. And for all of you guys who jumped in and were on Twitter giving us your questions, wanting us to answer them in this AMA. So cool. Really excited to be here. Today we've got our team members with us. So we've got Simon Wilson, our CTO. We've got Connor Gamble, who joins us as head of operations. We're very excited to have Connor with us as well. And in the background, we've got Harry and Thing as well, who may jump in at some point if they want to. So look, we're really excited to have you here. Let's get into the update. So here are the updates. Staking, start off with. So thank you for bearing with us while we iron out some of the kinks in the technology for staking. We know it has not been a super smooth ride. So thank you for bearing with us. There were some issues with the front end, issues with the user interface that just weren't quite working properly. Please know that all of your tokens are safe and secure. If you haven't been able to access them because of the interface, they're 100% safe and secure. It's just been ironing out kinks in the front end user interface. So we are sorry that it's taken a while to get through this. We have been addressing every single person's concerns and comments. We've been making sure we get back to them to make sure that everyone knows what's going on. So we're working through it as fast as we can. Thank you for bearing with us. It's just one of those things we're a small team and it's running super fast. And we're just trying to do our very best to get on top of it for you guys. But tokens are 100% safe and we're working through it. Maybe Connor and Sim want to jump in. Is there any other updates you guys want to give on that?
Not particularly, no. I guess that I think you've just hit the nail on the head, AB. We recognise there's been some issues with their user interface issues as opposed to contract issues. So the tokens are secure and safe, and your yield is there as well. So we're working through it, and we appreciate the patience.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thanks, Sim. Yeah, just like, thank you for the patience. Like it's like, this is the thing when you do a crypto raise. It's like you're kind of, you normally only do it once, right? If you're a project like ours, you raise your crypto, you do the work, and you start delivering value in the technology. And so, there's a few things to work through there, but like it's all safe, and but thank you for bearing with us. We'll get it to you all very, very soon. All right, cool. So what's been going really well? Okay, so what's been going really well is we've been working through the update to our protocol, the version 0.1, I suppose, or version 0.2. Now we've already deployed it, and we will be releasing that in the coming near future. So we're really excited to get that out to you guys. It's part of the foundation of what we built here. Like we co-developed and created a lot of this with our partners here. We want to get this out to you so you can start building on it and jumping on top. And already in the Discord channel, we're starting to get a lot of people talk through, hey, we think we could use it for this, we could use it for that. And that's been really super encouraging. So stay tuned. We will be releasing that in a short while. The other part is our NFTs. So we've already delivered some NFTs to our investors who took a staking mechanism to send value from their APY to a refugee camp in Africa and to get into that system, to their microgrid. So we're already starting to replicate what's happening here on the global Internet of Energy scope of things. So the NFTs have been developing, and maybe Sim, you want to jump in a bit on that one?
Yeah, I'll probably jump in on both of those actually. So the protocol stuff is, yeah, just super excited about that. We've really hit the ground running in the new year on that front, and we're taking a lot of the code base that we already have and doing some work to it at the moment. So that'll be happening pretty imminently, I think. We hope, and so that's a super exciting one. And we've already started to have a few conversations on the Discord and really great questions around that. Our methodology for the protocol is we're going to release the local transactional energy protocol as the first instance, and then we will start to release some of the DAO concepts that sit around and envelope that system as well. So that's a methodology we're working to, and it's like, it's really cool. This is a bit I love. So that's the protocol. On the NFT side as well, like that's a super exciting one with the Mahama refugee camp in Rwanda, and that we're just prepping up that for the release of that contract very shortly. But that's like a really interesting one as it plays into the protocol as well, because that is a bit of a bootstrapper for some of the DAO concepts that we've included in the white paper. So it's sort of all roads lead to Rome. So it's really nice the way that's all shaping up. So and this is a bit I love, just the building bit. So I'm having lots of fun, and we are. Yeah,
that's really cool, Tim. It's sort of like, when you'll see from the white paper, we've got this big vision of where we have the macro DAO, then these micro DAOs that exist to enable these mini grids to start to coordinate with each other in certain ways. And it's really interesting when you're actually building it, because you've always got this vision in your mind, and you're starting to build these steps little by little as you go towards it. And as Sim said, each of these products is actually just another one of those little steps to enabling that interaction between the meta and the micro DAO. And I think that's really, really important as we, when you're dealing with things like energy, is there's a whole bunch of real things that are going to shift, and they're going to shift really fast, but we've got to put those steps in place to make that happen when the time comes. So it's really exciting. We saw the same thing in fintech, right? Fintech took a long time to really get up. Everyone's talking about fintech in 2008. It wasn't until like 2014 or 15 things really started to heat up. So it's exciting. Hey, Connor, as well, like, yeah, how's it going for your end? Like, you've been helping get everything ship shape for us in operations and just getting things running. How are things at your end?
Yeah, thanks, AB. It's been great to join the team and get up to speed with everything. Just on the protocol thing, I think this is major news. So we really can't we can't stress that enough. We're accelerating really quickly towards a huge milestone for the team and the goal, and the project's looking really healthy from that perspective. So really exciting to join, and really exciting to see some, a pathway towards real world adoption occurring. So with the protocol out, it'll be exciting to see what the community can add to it as far as tools and things like that, and then build from that as we actually implement that into real world scenarios. So seeing ION actually out in the wild. And I think that's going to reflect with a lot of different things from our side as far as metrics go, which is what I'm all about. But it's an exciting time to be with ION.
Yeah, that's awesome, Connor. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, we sort of, we work on this all the time. So we're like, yeah, it's just to release the protocol. But you're right. Like, it's a big deal, right? It's kind of like one of these things. It's, it's about getting out there and engaging you guys so you can start to really play with it. And yeah, it's great. So yeah, look, Discord has been going really nicely. I guess this really good group of people discussing real world use cases and how IOEN can grow as a project, and we're seeing interactions from around the world, and it's really, really cool. So yeah, what's been exciting for you, Sim, in chatting through things there?
Yeah, just having some great interactions with the community and technical people within that group, I guess. Bouncing ideas around, like there's, in any technical solution, there's 500 different directions you can go within a decision, you know. So we want to test it and collaborate and make this a community-led project. So we're and Discord's really powerful for that. And as I say, we're already having lots of really good conversations that are helping us technically here. So yeah, just really jazzed about that portal and channel, I guess.
And lots of, yeah, and that's the whole point. It's about growing now, like exactly who wants to participate and build and go through those kind of new use cases. And yeah, it's really exciting, because it's also one of those things where, you know, our vision here is that the protocol is the thing that's just open that people can build on. And what's cool about energy is that it's different in lots of places in the world, but there's fundamentals the same. People want it and people are providing it. And then there's this amazing opportunity to build local solutions based on the principles, the fundamentals of the protocol that are applicable all over the world, but actually can be really locally specified. And that's really awesome. We're really excited about that. On another thing that's really exciting is, so we are hiring and we're looking for a social media and community manager to come into the core of the ION team. So we're really excited to we brought on Connor. We also have Thing, who is our chief marketing officer, who brings a wealth of experience into the team. And of course, we got the rest of the ION team at the back end doing everything. But the key bit here is we really want a great person who is really keen to push social media on this across all platforms and to be involved to help manage the community. And so working with our team really closely to make that happen. So we're really investing in our community. We're really investing in fostering and helping our community understand what we're doing and be part of this journey, because it is a journey. And we're really serious about making sure that this is done properly. So if you're interested, you're really serious about making a difference, finding, as Connor said, real world examples of how crypto can really make a difference and really have impact, and you love social media and working with communities, please get in touch. You can either put your details in the bottom in the chat below, or you can email Haley at ion.tech, and that email will be below as well, with your CV and a cover letter and what you want to do. We'll send you the job posting. But yeah, we're really excited to see anyone who's just wants to get involved and just get this thing done. Like, there's just so much work to be done. Like, it's like,
I'm waiting for the memes, AB. I want to see your memes.
That's
yes,
it.
Jump on the Discord, submit your memes. Let's go. Let's see.
That's it. Actually, we'll make the entire decision based on me. Yeah, exactly. We need a meme lord to go in here and do it.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's see what you got. Let's send some memes through. We need some quality memes.
To be fair, some awesome memes would be amazing to have back out to throw from the Discord channel. I'd love that. That'd be awesome. Yeah, cool. So like, absolutely brilliant. Like, so jump in and yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Cool. We've got some community questions that we want to answer. So these are from the Twitter posts. Thank you all for diving in. We have more questions than we could put here, but we picked the top 3, and we hope we can answer these questions for you. So I'll read the question, and maybe then Sim and Connor can jump in and help answer it. So this is from Laboom. Is the ION methodology hardware dependent? For example, would every household within a microgrid require the installation of a hardware module in order to communicate and be part of that local energy economy? So, Sim, do you want to jump in on that first?
Yeah, sure. So the short answer is no. I guess where the protocol is attacking the energy ecosystem from 2 angles. So from the bottom up at device level, which is the protocol and the software, and that does integrate to hardware, and that does require some local integration. But we're also attacking it from just purely a value transfer perspective as well. An example of that is with the NFT Rwanda project that we're doing at the moment. That's not touching any hardware on site. It's not touching any infrastructure within that grid. it's just purely a way of providing value to a grid that frankly deserves and needs it. So, and we're using the DeFi ecosystems to and the token value and staking to achieve that. So, yeah, short answer is no, but at some point in time, we'll bring these things together as a package and a suite where you can implement one, the other, both, to give effective solutions to grids. So, so yeah, both sides, and the answer is really no at this stage.
So Sim, a house that's sort of using ION, how do you sort of see that? That would be using hardware, wouldn't it? That would be probably using some sort of smart plugs, or how do you sort of envision that?
That's right. Yeah. So optimizing within a local grid, and for an individual or a household or even a community. Like for example, we're doing a project on community batteries at the moment, and that does implement some hardware because we need to and that's where the power of holochain comes in that agent-based system. But in that community battery scenario, we need to monitor and manage a battery as well as meters within houses and devices like split system air conditioners and these type of appliances. And holochain is fantastic for that, especially with the gossip-based and agent-based approach. So that example, definitely yes, that is a software-dependent system where we integrate to the hardware platforms, but it's by no means a mandatory requirement.
Yeah, it'll be cool to get to a point where ION sort of comes stock standard on a bunch of plugs that as you sort of build your house, you're able to configure it. I mean, that's sort of where we're all heading, right? Like that's the direction we want to be in. I think it'd be really, really cool to see that come through.
100%, man. And that's one of the things we're building into the protocol initially is a concept of device drivers and device libraries. So quick and easy integration.
And developers will be able to
packages
just add that,
that developers. That's right. Yeah. And we're even doing some we're talking about methods for just building on a Raspberry Pi or whatever you have at your disposal, so something easy and accessible for developers. But yeah, 100%. That's the goal. As many devices as we can integrate, and people can integrate easily and make it accessible for everyone.
And that's a really good point, because there's also so many people with so many devices coming on. Like there's just smart plugs are cheap. There's like meters now are very easy accessible, and we've just we formed a partnership which was promoted earlier, like late last year, with Media Control, about looking at how we can integrate the ION protocol throughout their hardware systems, and they control and monitor a vast amount of renewable energy sources. They like solar systems and battery systems and things all around the world. And so working with them to sort of how we can roll this out is really exciting, because it's about just letting this thing be in these devices, and when it needs to switch on, it can switch on. It doesn't have to do it all the time, but it can when it needs it. And that's what's super exciting. So yeah, so there's kind of like, as Sim said, you can have this kind of virtual system where it's just we're beaming transactions of funding essentially around between energy communities. And then we get, as Connor said, into this point where it's like, we got the house. Yeah, okay, cool. You get some little bits of hardware, you start to use it, and off you go. But we're also looking at the wallet functionality for ION and how this can connect into you. You just can download it to your phone, have your ION on your phone, and then we'll give you the grid signals based upon where you live to show you when and where the energy is being used the cleanest. So you can make decisions just independently without even having any hardware. But if, of course, you get a bit of extra hardware, it makes it more effective. So yeah, it's really cool.
And guys, these aren't far out ideas either. These are actually all have projects that we're working on, and we're just basically working out which order to do them in. So it's really exciting to just have a bunch of stuff on our menu and being able to choose sort of where to go next, really.
That's right, man. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier about like, hey, which one are we shuffling around to make it happen in a bridge order? So yeah, really exciting. Cool. So I'll read this one out for now from Human Rights Humanry. Could you please explain about marketing plan and circulation supply of ION tokens? So I can have a stab at that one at the beginning. So the marketing plan for us is that so as Connor said, we're doing real projects, and real products. And so our marketing plan is to talk through what we're doing from that and actually understand, okay, what products have we got coming out? What's lining up? But what's critical for us here is that this is a community-based project, and that's really what we want to see happening. And just as Simon talked about, getting the protocol out there is going to be critical for us, because we want to see the products that come from you guys. So a lot of our marketing is actually going to be focused on asking our community, our Ionites, what the questions are that we want to get answered, and having you guys come back and tell us what you want to see built in this protocol. Because then that helps us understand where we focus our efforts, what are the use cases that can be used, and where that can go. And so for us, our marketing plan is to do that, to work with you guys as the community, but it's also to prove the legitimacy and validity of this project to those big partners. And so we're in conversation with a number of different really large partners around how we could use ION as the transactive protocol for them to use. And so key for our marketing there is working with those big organizations to figure out how we can create use cases and then publicizing that so more people can learn. Supply of ION tokens, maybe Sim, do you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, and just quickly on the marketing side as well, like I think in crypto, there's obviously a lot of posturing goes on, but we're sort of taking the route that we're trying to steer away from that. We're delivering real value, real world projects, and as Connor said, we've got a pipeline of projects that we're working through right now, which is real stuff in the wild. So that's our focus, and value comes from that real substance, and that's what our conviction, I guess. So just on that, touching on that side, on the circulating supply, completely different topic, I guess. So yeah, I guess right now we're tracking the tokenomics. We're tracking precisely to that. So we're about 180 million, I believe, tokens in the wild at the moment. So a lot of them are in staking contracts and other places, but yeah, 180 is the current number.
And just on that, Sim, that means that, you know, a lot of the stats that are out there with coin market cap and things are really, really low at the moment. So because of our circulating supply being 180 mil, they're really quite difficult to update with. They require really in-depth verification, types of wallet, all this sort of stuff. So we're in chats with them to have that updated. But at the moment, essentially, it's 9 times the market cap than what is currently listed. So ION's actually at a nine times the market cap than as is displayed by coin market cap at the moment. We're having that updated, but it's just something to bear with us. So thanks for sticking by. But yeah, 180 million tokens is currently the supply, and that's what all the messaging will be. And that'll change and go up again, which means our market cap will go up again in February.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Connor. And that's part of the stuff of being, you know, we're still a smaller project at the moment, and that's okay. Like, it's just taking time. But we're like, I mean, literally, yeah, in those conversations with CMC and others, like, to get these all sorted out and pushed up and so it's all kind of updated as much as possible. So yeah, as Connor said, thanks for bearing with us on it. Running a bit low on time, so I'm just going to jump into the last question here, which is the purpose of ION is to use from Maracaibo. The purpose of ION is to use clean electrical energy. Electricity generation does not equal energy. In fact, it creates massive volumes of pollution. So will the energy that powers your services be renewable or non-renewable? Can you please explain? Okay, that's an awesome question. And that is the crux of why ION exists. You're absolutely right. Still, we use in most countries of the world, we burn dead dinosaurs, we burn fossil fuels to create electricity, which creates emissions, which creates climate change. So, which creates human-made climate change, which is what we're experiencing now. So absolutely what ION is about being able to optimize our energy grids so we don't have to burn those fossil fuels, and instead we get to use the free energy from the wind and the sun and the sea and use that energy at the right times. And what ION does is creates these virtual microgrids that can understand each other and start to balance out and use that free energy from renewables 100% of the time. And that's exactly what the mission of this organization is. most of the problem that we have between the dirty energy, the fossil fuels, and the new clean energy is that the dirty energy stays on 24/7, and the new clean energy tends to switch off because the sun's obviously not shining when it's nighttime. So what we are doing is we optimize this to make sure that you're using as much of that sunshine's energy during the day as possible, not wasting it. And then we connect it to other forms of energy that could store it overnight. This could be pumped hydro, it could be batteries, it could be whatever, it could be in your car. And so the point is that ION will 100% use clean energy to do the work it is doing. It also, because we're based on holochain and we're based at that local level, we don't have any mining costs or anything like that, or any mining issues of where the tokens mined, because when you get down to the accounting mechanism and we turn our ION into IOEC, there is no mining. So what's really important about this is we're in this transition to move to a fully renewable future. We think ION is a protocol that can really help speed up what that looks like by enabling people to participate in these markets. And that's fundamentally the crux of it. So it's a great question. You're absolutely right. We're still burning fossil fuels, which is ridiculous when you think about it. It's 2022, and we're literally still burning dead dinosaurs to put our lights on our house. That is going to change rapidly, and we're at the forefront of it, which we're really excited about. Connor and Sim, do you want to chuck anything on that one? It's a great question.
It's a great answer as well. There's nothing to add to that. No, I feel the same way.
Yeah,
time to move on.
Time to move on, exactly. And it's just dumb to not move on, right? It makes such economic sense. Like, solar is the cheapest form of energy in the entire world. Like, and the sun is, the human race will be gone a long time before the sun disappears. So we don't have to worry about that thing. We just need to switch on the solar panels and switch on all the devices to use them in the best way. I think the final thing is that also is in our favor is that we just got some really cool merch. You should look at the merch side. So I'm going to flash this. That's my t-shirt. Here's my cup. What I really like here is Simon's also profiling the retro background with the old ION logo. So you can see how we've kind of
that's
and then we've got Connor in the future in like 2150 from his futuristic desk in the sky cloud. So it's all happening. So we also have we'll be releasing some for our initial stakers. We're really excited to get them some exclusive merch and NFTs very shortly. So if you're one of our early stakers, thank you for getting involved early. We've got some cool stuff heading your way very soon. So we'll look out for that. And we're just pumped to have you guys with us. Thank you. It's one of these weird times, like everyone's dealing with this weird thing of COVID, but there's also this kind of hope and optimism for a new future that's being built every day. And you guys are the ones who are building it with us. So thank you for being there. Connor and Sim, any final words you want to shout out?
No, nothing from me. I think, just pumped to be building stuff and getting the feedback on the Discord. That's really awesome. So fun times ahead.
Yeah, and I'll be on the Discord and I'm waiting for your memes. So that's how I feel.
I'm waiting for your memes. I'm waiting for developers. Yeah, and
of course.
If you're keen to be a developer, jump in. If you're a developer with a meme, I mean, like, job done, amazing.
Yeah.
But we love to see you there.
And if you're a meme developer, that's still funny too.
That's awesome. Love it. Hey, thank you everyone for being here. It's great. And we'll be back again soon with some more updates. And please keep the questions coming and we'll keep responding. Thank you for being part of the community. All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone.